Manchester United have the perfect striker candidate. Ruben Amorim will love him. Ollie Watkins could be the perfect fit for Man United, with the Reds linked with a move for the £60 million rated Aston Villa striker. A year ago, Ollie Watkins was the toast of the country after slamming in a last-minute winner to take England to the final of Euro 2024. His driven strike into the far corner earned a 2-1 win over the Netherlands and gave the Three Lions a shot at ending their near 60-year wait for glory. 12 months on, and Watkins has fallen down the pecking order for club and country. He has not played for England in 2025, although injury ruled him out of the most recent camp, while he lost his spot at Aston Villa to Manchester United loanee Marcus. Ironically, it's United who could offer Watkins a lifeline, and striker could do likewise for the Reds. He may be 29 and he may be valued at £60 million, a figure that would surely need to be reduced for United to step in and do a deal, but he is a proven Premier League goal scorer with the attributes Ruben Amorim wants from his central striker. Rasmus Højlund has failed to convince in the past 2 seasons, and the Dane would benefit from time out of the limelight. While Joshua Zirkzee was never an out-and-out frontman and is more suited to a number 10 role, Watkins offers the perfect mix of a willing runner, goal-scoring instincts, and an ability to lead a line. His athleticism and finishing mark him out, while his aerial ability is far better than he is given credit for and ranks him among the league's best for headers. The former Brentford man is also a willing presser, a hard worker, and an intelligent footballer. He knows when to press and when to wait, when to exploit space and when to time his effort, when to strike and when to come short. When he was coming through the ranks at Exeter, his then teammate Jacob Butterfield used to talk to him about Cristiano Ronaldo and how to isolate defenders. Watkins listened and learned, a theme of his career from a non-league spell at Weston-super-Mare as recently as 2018, to international duty. His preparation is meticulous and his desire to improve has impressed countless coaches and teammates. Amorim wants hungry players who are capable of slotting into his system, and Watkins fits the bill. United cannot and should not be paying the £60 million Villa have as a valuation given his age and the relative lack of resale value, but if the Reds can drive that figure down, then bringing in a talent such as Watkins seems a natural move. He's the right side of 30 and has the ability to hit the ground running. United have moved for potential as much as the present with many of their signings under Ineos, but if the Reds are to move the dial and secure a return to the upper echelons of the Premier League, they have to focus on the here and now, Watkins offers what United want. Marcus Rashford to Tottenham. Man United transfer boost as new striker El Shock emerges. Manchester United are days away from the start of pre-season, with just one major signing made. Manchester United returned to pre-season training on Monday as they prepare for a huge season under Ruben Amorim. The Reds endured a disastrous 2024-25 campaign, finishing 15th in the Premier League with a goal difference of -10. The club has so far only made one major signing in Matheus Cunha from Wolverhampton Wanderers this summer, while they continue to pursue Brentford's Brian Mbeumo. There is growing frustration among United fans due to the lack of sales and only one new player joining the squad. However, there is still ample time for the Reds to bring in new players before their first competitive match of the 25-26 campaign. United's season begins at home against Arsenal on August 17. Here are some of the latest stories about United this summer, along with our take on each. Football finance expert Dan Plumley has claimed that Tottenham Hotspur could finance a move for United's Marcus Rashford this summer. If you look at that in the context of Spurs, that's not necessarily an issue for them on a wages turnover position, because theirs has historically been lower than 50% in the last few seasons. So, if you look at wages to turnover headroom, and obviously wrapping that up into UEFA and squad cost, it's plausible. The bigger question is, again with Spurs, how much are his wage demands, what does he want, and you've got to factor that into the long-term contract position before you've even engaged on a fee. It's one of those where Spurs could afford it in the long term, and they're going to have Champions League money as well to boost that in the season that we're coming into, but it's whether or not they really want to outlay a significant amount of wages on that kind of player, and then the fee over the top. Journalist Graham Bailey has claimed there was shock United did not make a move for striker Jonathan David before he joined Juventus on a free transfer this summer. I have chased this with his people, and I can confirm they have been shocked by the lack of significant talks with most Premier League clubs, including United. He told United in Focus, yes, David, who is joining Juventus now, was asking for a substantial wage packet, but he was on a free transfer. Personally, I believe the David situation reminds me of Marcus Thuram, similar situation where he was available on a free transfer, but the Premier League clubs were unmoved, but then he went to Italy and was a huge success, and we see teams even now being linked with him for £50/60 million. I think the same will be true of David. I don't doubt he will score goals in Serie A. Man United transfer news, second signing confirmed amid Marcus Rashford to Barca twist. Manchester United have confirmed the arrival of young full-back Diego Leon, with Ruben Amorim already at the training ground ahead of Monday's first day of pre-season. When 5 stars will be missing, Ruben Amorim is back at Carrington, and Manchester United's first-team squad will return on Monday for the first session of what is expected to be a punishing pre-season that will ensure the team are ready to start the new Premier League campaign most of the squad. 5 players, including Marcus Rashford, have been told they do not have to report for duty to afford them time to sort a move away from Old Trafford. None have a role under Amorim, it would appear, and a host of clubs have been linked with moves, though the fact they are so openly being shopped could mean they are not going to get the highest possible price. Diego Leon, meanwhile, was unveiled yesterday, months after a deal for the Paraguayan defender was agreed. He will spend time between the first team and academy as he gets used to live in northwest England. Here are the transfer stories worth keeping an eye on as the first friendly appears on the horizon. Manchester United have announced the signing of youngster Diego Leon. The Paraguayan defender's move had been agreed months ago, but he has now officially joined from Cerro Porteño. Fullback Leon, who turned 18 in April, has already played 33 senior games and scored 4 goals for Porteño. United said in a statement that Leon, as an emerging talent, will be supported by our first team and the academy whilst he settles into life in Manchester. Leon is United's second official signing of the summer window, following Matheus Cunha's £62.5 million arrival from Wolves. While they maintain a strong interest in bringing in Mbeumo from Brentford, Barcelona maintain an interest in Marcus Rashford. But it has been suggested that the Manchester United star is not at the top of the Catalan Giants' summer wish list. On Friday, it was confirmed that Rashford, 27, will not have to return to United's Carrington base for the start of preseason on Monday, so he can secure a move away from the club with no prospect of him being reintegrated into Ruben Amorim's test plans, and United have already taken the number 10 shirt from Rashford and given it to new signing Matheus Cunha, who has arrived from Wolves for £62.5m. A flurry of breaking Manchester United news this morning. Let's bring you the latest on their pursuit of Brentford forward Mbeumo. United are expected to make a move for the attacker this week, and sources suggest they're receiving positive signals from the player's camp. Mbeumo is reportedly keen on a switch to Old Trafford. Brentford, meanwhile, are open to offers for the 25-year-old and have placed a valuation north of £60 million on him. Within the club, there's a growing sense that Mbeumo deserves the opportunity to join a bigger team this summer, provided their valuation is met. With United already securing Matheus Cunha, the question now becomes, could Mbeumo be next? We're told there could be real movement on the deal before the end of this week. In fact, tonight brings significant transfer developments. Manchester United have submitted an improved bid exceeding £60 million for Mbeumo. That's a substantial leap from their previous offer, which was reportedly worth up to £55 million. Brentford had always been firm that they wanted more than £60 million, and now United have crossed that threshold. That it's worth noting that Mbeumo has 2 years left on his current contract, making this the ideal time for Brentford to consider a sale if the right offer comes in. Sky Sports previously revealed that Tottenham Hotspur had also expressed interest, holding preliminary talks about a reunion between Mbeumo and his former manager, Thomas Frank. While that interest intrigued the player, he appears more drawn to Manchester United. **